Welcome to our 5 on 5. We're pleased to be joined by Matt Vorderstrasse, the Compass House program. Matt, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
So tell us, in case anyone's watching at home, Compass House, what do you guys do there?
So Compass House is a nonprofit organization that is based on the Clubhouse model of psychosocial rehabilitation, where it's an evidence-based practice, but it doesn't offer any clinical support. So it offers people with mental health diagnoses a place that they can become members of, where there's no dues associated with membership, but it's a safe place that they can go and be a part of, and it engages them in what they call the work order day, where members essentially begin to help get involved in the organization by helping run the organization alongside staff.
Okay.
So it's a place that they can actually focus on their strengths rather than their diagnosis. Okay,
and this is through the judicial system? These are people who are dealing with any kind of criminal history, or is this just anybody who has a mental health issue?
The model
who qualifies?
The model itself is anybody who's diagnosed with a chronic and severe mental illness.
Okay, very good. All right, now what made you want to, you're in the process of setting this up, what made you go down this road, if you will?
An individual named Stacy Brubacher, who's the division manager with Jackson County Mental Health. She relocated to Southern Oregon from Salt Lake City, Utah, and Utah is known for having a lot of clubhouses. One in particular is called Alliance House, which is also an international training site for clubhouses. And so when she came here and she realized that we had the Hawthorne Center closing in Dassel, which is the Disability Advocacy for Social and Independent Living, was in the process of closing, that we were a community that didn't have any drop-in centers and could really benefit from having an operational clubhouse. So about a year ago, she started off with a presentation, and from there, a number of community members picked it up and began running with it, and here we are.
Okay, and so where do you go from here? What's the next step? How far are you away from getting the project on the ground?
So we already have our 501c3 in place. We actually merged our efforts with Dassel. Their existing 501c3, they were in the process of closing down, and when we came to them with this project, they actually joined with us and gave us their 501c3 status. So we've officially changed the name to Compass House. We're in the process of getting everything worked out with the IRS with the tax ID number in place. And so legally, Compass House is now existent, and we are in the process of looking for a site that we can locate out of, as well as arranging some financial agreements so that we can begin with a revenue stream.
Very good. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Much more with Matt in a moment. Stay with us. Welcome back to our 5 on 5. Again, we're here with Matt Vorderstrasse. We're talking about the Compass House program. Matt, this Compass House program is relatively new to Oregon. Why do you think it's going to work?
Well, it is new to Oregon. There's only one other clubhouse in Oregon, and that's North Star, that's in Multnomah County. And I think it's going to work because the clubhouse model is an evidence-based practice that has a proven track record in working. In Southern Oregon, we've seen a loss of services, especially for peer-to-peer services in Jackson County. And I think that the model it's an innovative way to helping people with mental illness. It creates an environment that people can receive peer-to-peer support, they can build a social network and help relearn the social skills that oftentimes people lose due to isolation in regards to mental illness. So I believe that it is an approach that is needed. It's very much needed in Jackson County. And due to the fact that healthcare reform is going the way it is, hospitalization rates need to go down, especially among the mentally ill. And there is studies that have been released that show that clubhouse members can see a reduction in hospitalization rates related to mental illness by 5 times after they become a clubhouse member.
Wow.
So, and I think that speaks to itself as to why do we need it in Southern Oregon. I think that this is a model that we could spread across Oregon.
Very good. Okay, now I see you brought a couple letters with you. You've received tremendous support so far. To talk a little about that and what people are telling you in the community.
Yeah, we have received quite a bit of support. Our very first letter of endorsement that we got for Compass House was from Representative Peter Buckley, who's the co-chair of the State Ways and Means Committee. And he gave this letter of endorsement after I was able to meet with him and explain what the clubhouse model does and the benefits that communities that have clubhouses receive. And so just based on that alone, he was very adamant about being able to write us a letter of support that we could submit with funding applications to local foundations. The next one that came in came from Representative Dennis Richardson.
Get both sides of the aisle.
Yeah,
there,
absolutely. And then we also received a letter of support from Mayor Wheeler, and we're currently also working to gain some more endorsements in the community as we continue to make our case for why Compass House needs to exist.
Absolutely. Okay, and if anybody has any questions or comments, you're happy to take phone calls.
Absolutely. They can reach me at my phone number. It's 541-973-5139.
Very good, Matt. Great to meet you. Thanks for coming down. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Stay with us. We'll be right back.